Right, okay, I thought I'd do a very quick video. This is showing you the air fryer, but also this is my kitchen of the flat that we're in. You'll have to excuse cat bowls all over the place. This is the electric cooker that's finally been installed. Yesterday I had an engineer come out and we needed the vital some plate that goes on the wall for it to be attached to. They put the wrong attachment on. There was a plug one behind the cooker. So anyway, it's been done. But this is brilliant because I did have a gas cooker beforehand. Watch out, Minnie. Yeah, I mean, I sat down in my chair, and as you can see, the height of the hob is just brilliant for me. So hopefully I'm going to be able to make some meals on the hob. Minnie, watch your bum. I'm almost terrified of running a cat over. But yeah, as you can see, I need adaptions doing in this kitchen. The sink area is lower, you know, and the last place I was at, it was up here. And I couldn't get to the back of the wall, whereas I can here, but everything needs to be dropped down still a bit more, so say to about there maybe. And then the cupboard space, I'm having to be careful because I've got Minnie down there eating. Yeah, so I can open the cupboard and I can get to the bottom shelf just about, but I need it dropping down, say to, I think where this tile sort of is, about here, something like that, and then I can get comfortably in the cupboards. Let me see, let me just show you what I mean. Obviously this is my son's cupboard space at the moment because I can't get right into these cupboards, but if it was down one, I then could use the bottom of this, you know, the bottom shelf here, and then he's still got two up there and two that side. And then I've got the same issue with this one here that's got all the mugs in. At the minute I bought some of these things here, these from the range, only a couple of quid each. So I've got some mugs hanging from the bottom of the cupboard, so it makes it easier for me seated in my chair. Again, I struggle. So if these were dropped down again, it then means that I've still got space underneath, and I also need a plug socket here as well. So then I could use the shelves a bit more better, and my son can still have space at the top ones for him to do whatever with. The bottom ones there are easy enough to use, but I could do with like drawers that come out, so then I'm not struggling to get to the back of the cupboard, or I can only go so far back. If I had drawer things that come out, then I could use these to their full potential and then put what I want in there and pull it out and push it back. So that's an option. There's my fridge. Here is just a waste of space in this cupboard. I've got this bit here for all the cat food, which isn't very big and very wide. So I'm thinking if they did something a bit better here, but also this is where the gas meter is. But like I say, there's space, and then there's space in this cupboard which isn't being used at all, because I want a dishwasher area, and I'm thinking around here for the dishwasher, which the OTs were on about, where it was having to cut through, you know, knock walls out to basically make the kitchen bigger, and then you know, then make it longer, so then I could have a space for a dishwasher. As you can see, we are able to wash up more easily. It just looks lovely. So it's being looked after really well. Excuse, I'm trying to look through my phone. I'm not saying that my last house wasn't looked after, it was, but there was a lot of mould, there was a lot of damage from my abusive ex that just made the place look and feel horrible, and I just felt so uncomfortable and full of bad memories. And yeah, I had dents in the doors and stuff. I've got none of that here. It looks lovely with all the light. Cupboards, they're in good nick. It looks virtually new put in, but they are gonna do the work, I'm sure. Again, I could do with drawers that come out so I can put my pans in and be able to reach fully into the back of the cupboard. Drawer space, which isn't bad. Again, this isn't being used for the full potential at the minute, but I will find somewhere for stuff to go. More tins in there. Again, I need more drawers. I need these two dropping down. That's where all the plates are at the moment. And again, if that was dropped down, and then I thought, well, am I losing height then for my microwave and stuff? But actually no, because I need these dropping down lower. So if it was dropped down lower this side, for the sides to be lower, I then could, you know, it then makes the space the same. So there shouldn't be too much issue, but I have got this area here that I could do a bit of manoeuvring with stuff if I need to. You know, so yeah, this is the kitchen. I just thought I'd do a bit of a look at this. See, this cupboard again, I could do with that being lower so I could get to that a lot easier. Excuse my son's trainers drying off. And I would love a little cupboard here as well, so or shelving, you know, so I can do something with it. But we'll see. My little recycling area, and then I've got my single upright fridge. That's a fridge there. I'm going to have an under counter freezer over in that space there. So yeah, that's the work I need doing. When it gets done, I don't know. I've had the over the phone referral done, and I've had them say that they will certainly put in for the OT to come out and do the assessment and see what needs doing. I may end up having the door space here made a bit wider because I am catching the door slightly. I'm still getting used to the angles and things, but I think that they may look at the door marks on the frame and they may widen this slightly. I do need a plug socket here or two, because I have got an extension, as you can see there, me catching the door. Yeah, I've got an extension cable running, and I've had to put a note on the plug saying do not switch it off, do not pull, because, you know, for obvious reasons. This is the air fryer. I bought a second one because I was just using my little, can I zoom in on here? No. Yeah, the little one to the left is a compact one from Asda. It was like £22. And then the one next to it is the second one, which is an awful lot bigger. You can see size difference. It's fab. This was £55. A lot of money, I'm not going to lie. It was the last thing I wanted to do, but when we moved in, obviously we had no cooker. The cooker was there, but it wasn't able to be plumbed in. And so my Breville Halo that I had at the previous house, which I used daily, it was basically thrown out because it was looking way past its best. I'd had it for a lot of years. It was disgusting, fat and things would stick to certain areas that you just couldn't get rid of. It didn't matter how much I cleaned it, and I used my steam cleaner on it. It was brilliant, don't get me wrong, but it was needed to go. It just looked past its best. Just bashed myself on the bin. This is the bigger one, the £55 one. I was looking at the Tefal ones. If I press that, there you go. There's your timer. And then you just adjust up, down. And then you've got your temperature setting there. And then you just press that to start it. And then you've got a little circular thing that goes around to show that the air's circulating. And then that's it. That's it goes. You've got to just push against. There's my chips. I mean, look at the size of it. It's huge. It's like the size of my head, as my son says. Yeah. I just put greaseproof paper in. It just keeps it all good. So it does all sorts. And it gives me loads of room in there. It looks nice as well. And it's fab. It does buzz when it's ready, when it's, food's nearly ready to turn off. And that's what I like about the air fryers, is the fact that they actually do turn off. If I was putting something in the oven, for example, and I fell asleep, that's not going to turn itself off. These gadgets will. And that's what I like about using things like this, the air fryers. They're fabulous. If you happen to be suffering with fatigue issues and, you can be watching telly and suddenly your eyes feel like they're at the back of your head, you're exhausted, you nod off, you haven't got to worry to waking up and smelling burnt food coming from the cooker. This will turn itself off when the time's run out, so you haven't got to worry about it at all. And that's the same for things like this. Well, the slow cooker's obviously a slightly different principle. That will stay on until you knock it off, but it's still a fantastic gadget to have, with disability especially. And then there's air ovens that you can buy. So basically they're the same principle as an air fryer and the same as obviously your electric oven, but it's like having the combination of the two. And again, it'll knock itself off when it's done. Obviously that won't, because it's my cooker, but if I had one of those and I had that on the side, it would turn itself off. I have thought about it, and it's something that I may look into at some point. But right now, it's just not a possibility. There's a Tefal one that I think they've got in Asda that's £100. It's something that I would consider, yeah. Because I could put a pizza in there, and if I'm feeling really, really crap, even if I don't use it that often, if I'm feeling really wiped out, I could put a pizza in there and I haven't got to worry about it, still being in there and I've fallen asleep. So there's possibilities, there's gadgets out there to help all sorts of people. I'm talking from my perspective of somebody with disability, and how the gadgets help me. But it's definitely something that you could think, yeah, it's an expense, it's an awful lot of money, but, potentially it could be something that's life-saving, and you can look at it as another gadget that's going to help you long-term. I love my hot cup that's there, that Breville Hot Cup. It's brilliant. You just put your hot water in, put your cup underneath. You haven't got to worry. I just use a jug of water to just fill in at the top. And it's fabulous. It just lifts up there. You've got your switch there. and this will illuminate, and it just, when it starts to boil, it'll, instead of having like boiling, lots and lots of steam, and then eventually your kettle switches off, with this, the water just comes gushing straight through and turns off a lot quicker. You're not worrying about holding a hot, potential burning yourself with your kettle. So this is just amazing. It's a lot lighter, it's a lot easier to manage, and yeah, that's it. So your risk of burning yourself is a lot more smaller than using a regular kettle. Yeah, so there you go. There's my gadgets. I don't know if I showed you my knives, or did I? These are them anyway. These are my arthritis knives. They're brilliant. You can hold them from this angle. So it's a different weight in your wrists and hands. So it's there. And, you can rock with it if it makes you more comfortable to be able to cut. And they're great. These were from Able World, and I can't remember how much they were, but I picked up 3 of them, 2 different styles, just to make life easier for me, because regular knives with my arthritic hands just meant when my hands were really swollen up, I was really struggling with cutting, and my hands would slip. Whereas with these, they're just brilliant. So if you've got arthritic hands, or someone with dexterity issues, they're definitely worth buying. They do look like pirate swords, and my mum made a bit of a joke of them, but I said honestly they're absolutely fantastic. So there we go. Anyway, I'm going to put this in the microwave now. This has got a couple of days out, but it's still going to be okay. This is the Plant Kitchen sweet potato and cashew curry. Really nice. It should be fine. It's hard to undo things in one go, but this is it. I'm going to have this with my chips. Right, I'm going to love and leave because I've got stuff to sort out, and if I sit in here for too long, all my cats are going to start waking up and coming in the kitchen and being a nuisance and under my feet. So I'll say trough now. Bye for now. Bye.